We record these so that they can live on the city's YouTube channel, so we can share them later with anybody who would like to see them who wasn't able to join us tonight. So a couple of reminders. One is we keep everybody to about 10 minutes. It's a quick, rapid fire. Everybody shares what they have to share in about 10 minutes. And then we keep all of the questions to the end of the program, just to keep things moving along. And then I have a couple of remarks that I'd like to share at the end of the program as well. So if everybody can hang on. I'm not sure, it's really hard for me to see 100 people on the screen. So if there are any elected officials this evening, I see Bill Shell, and I think Representative Williams was registered, I'm not sure, but if there are any elected officials or any VIPs with us this evening, we want to say thanks for being here and thanks for your attention. With that, I want to turn it over to Vanessa to get started with the program. Vanessa Briggs is going to join us from the Alliance for Health Equity to talk a little bit about what they're working on with the hospital. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. Vanessa?
Thank you and good evening, everyone. So I am going to be quick with my remarks, and thanks, Sunny, for giving me some time to sort of talk about the hospital closures, which I am sure, like me and you, this is top of mind for everyone. And so just to give you an update in terms of what the Alliance for Health Equity is doing in partnership with a host of other local community leaders, we put together a task force of local leaders representative of philanthropy, government, nonprofit, clergy, etc. So it's a very diverse group of individuals who have been meeting to sort of think about how can we respond to the hospital closure, but more specifically, how can we make sure the needs of the community are being met? We organize ourselves into two work groups, advocacy work group focusing on communication and making sure that timely communication is being sent out regarding the hospital and where to go and services, et cetera. We've also organized another work group, coordinated health services, that really is going to focus on how to coordinate and actually assist patients and consumers of where to go and to triage their care. We know that with this hospital closure, people are being diverted to two hospitals that are far away from Coatesville. And so how can we sort of circumvent that process? We are just really organizing ourselves. So I can't say that we have activities on the ground running, but our biggest concerns are behavioral health, recognizing that those beds are closed, 64 beds are closed, and how do we now ensure that our community residents get their behavioral health needs met? And then more importantly, transportation, and how do we make sure people get to where they need to go as they need care within the hospital? And then thirdly, an education campaign and communication campaign regarding where to go and how do we put those processes in place. So again, these are all things that are sort of under development. We're working on them. I don't think we can work any harder than we're already working, but just wanted to let this group know that there are a group of local leaders who are really, really concerned and trying to put some action in place as soon as possible. So that's pretty much my update, Sunny, and thanks so much for giving me an opportunity to present.
Thanks for taking the time, Vanessa. And of course, let us know if there's anything that we can do to help. I appreciate what you're doing in the community. So first up on the docket is Alfonso Nuswan with the MCDC home ownership program. Fonz, are you, it's kind of tough for me to see on the screen, but.
I am here, Sonia. And,
okay.
Okay. I got my little timer here so I can make a good use of my 10 minutes because I don't want no trouble. So first of all, I want to say good evening to everyone. I did type down what it is I want to relate to y'all. First of all, I want to say I'm glad to have this opportunity to update everyone on MCDC's first-time home buyers program and other programs that we are now involved in, because I do want to sneak that in. In less than a year, MCDC has interviewed and collected data on over 147 applicants who wish to be homeowners. As resource navigators, we are in constant contact with our applicants. We constantly monitor where they are in the process and how we can best assist them in their quest for home ownership. We can be contacted at almost any hours of the day and evening, and we're more than happy to answer all of our applicants' questions and to provide as much guidance as we possibly can. We have received funding for the second year, so we're really excited about that. It hasn't been made public yet, but we have received funding, so we're glad about that. It's our belief that to turn renters into homeowners, we must cultivate a relationship with community members based on trust and information. MCDC is also in collaboration, which is a favorite word from Ms. Vanessa Briggs, in collaboration with Chester County Housing Partnership, Habitat for Humanity, and Open Earth. We had our last open house sign up in August of 2021 at New Life in Christ Fellowship Church. MCDC, we are now in the process of rehabilitating 34 homes in the city of Coatesville. We've received funding and it goes towards helping homeowners repair their homes. Upon our inspection, we have found that some of our widows and seniors are living in homes that's in deplorable conditions and in need of important repairs that they just can't afford. Things like roofs, heating systems, bathrooms, all of that stuff that's unusable. Also, I'm doing good on my time too. MCDC is providing cash award scholarships to applicants in our area in 5 different categories. We are awarding people that are pursuing careers in the medical field in honor of our historic, legendary Black doctors that we had in Coatesville. Mrs. Minnie McNeil knows all the names. I only know a couple, but we're really excited about that. And Mrs. Minnie McNeil is going to do one of the presentations. But let me go a little bit further. So we're going to be giving cash awards for that, the medical field. A person, student, community member, college member that wants to get into the trades and industry field, future business leaders, community outreach and activism. And we got something coming in special from Mr. Richard May, and I've seen his name down there some way. He can't hide. We're going to be doing a special award for arts, theater, and music. That's the ATM machine. His lovely daughter is going to be doing a presentation of that. So we're really excited about that. We also open this up for applicants to submit their applications for these cash awards by February 28th. So if you have any sons, daughters, or anybody in your organizations, take them over to our website to apply by February 28th. And that's at www.movementcdc.org. I'll send all of y'all that website. So this will culminate in a luncheon at the Coatesville Country Club on April the 30th, because we want to make a big deal out of our residents who we feel are the best of the best. Our MCDC, in regards to community development, we believe it's not just to develop buildings, neighborhoods, but to help encourage and develop people. That's where I think the big thing is, because if you can develop people, people will develop and make the communities grow and do all the things that we want done. So last but not least, our presenters for that afternoon will be Mrs. Minnie McNeil, State Representative Dan K. Williams, our illustrious City Manager, Mr. James Logan, Dr. Vincent Miles, and lovely Angeline May of the William Lister May Foundation. We're looking forward to honoring those individuals, and we're praying that the majority of you will buy a luncheon ticket because it helps us keep going and doing what we're doing. But I only use 5 minutes of my time, so I relinquish.
Got it.
Okay, good.
Fonz, thank you. Can you, you're doing awesome things in the community. Can you type into the chat the website you were talking about?
I certainly can.
So that everybody has it and
Okay.
so that they can access it. And record time. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Yeah, I talk fast, I'm telling you, it's good.
Okay, so next up, Joyce Chester with Chester County OIC, talk about what's happening over there and our new Work Enclave program.
Okay, are you able to see my slides?
Yes,
here?
ma'am.
Oh, thank goodness, because I was having technology trouble too. Oh, boy. Okay. Now just give me 1 second because I'd like to put the slideshow on. Come on, there we go. So I'm number one, I'm excited that the technology is working. And number two, so happy to be here with everybody this evening. We have this project. We're really so ramped up about it because it's 2 years in the making. And thanks to you, Sunny, Uriah, Samber, for helping us to shape it, form it, and get it moving. It's called the Work Enclave, and we are starting it this month. Myself, my program manager is actually at the helm, Giovanna Wiley. So now I have to navigate this Zoom. And so what the Work Enclave is, it's sort of it's a prep program to get people prepared for work and really focusing on soft skills that make people successful on the job. So these really dealing with personal attributes that people need to be successful on the job. It includes time management, networking, teamwork, creative thinking, conflict resolution, work on interpersonal skills, communication, effective listening, time management. So we're looking at those aspects and really doing this in a contextualized way with people actually working and working with Parks and Recs. Perfect, right? So in addition, okay, come on, move, slide. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to, there we go. This initiative is working in the 19320 area. It's a beautification initiative. So we are actually, the construct of the program really involves 8 cohorts of 10 people each. So that's a total of, we want to reach a minimum of 80 adults to work in this program and to become ambassadors in the community, working to clean it up and make it a nice living space for all of us. And through this program, they'll be receiving enrichment. Each cohort will last a total of 6 weeks, and then we'll move on to the next cohort. Well, as a basis, we'll be using the 6 pillars. We've used this before and have been very successful in really honing in and focusing on trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, citizenship, all to build those character traits to help people to be successful on the job. And we'll be leveraging the program by using tons of volunteers. We have a network of community partners in this program to help us reach the success that we want. We will be using a diversity awareness program to help with cultural competency, to get people to understand that you really can't be the tail that wags the dog when you go to a workplace. You need
Have a
to
good night, Father.
Oh, you really need to find your space in that, whatever that workspace is, and make it work within their environment. So we'll be working on that. We'll be starting with having the participants complete a 1.5 hour team building. We've talked to the director of Paradise Farms so we're able to use that space to work in that way. And also we'll be working with AHA with mindfulness, well-being, resilience to help people, be able to deal with interpersonal issues, with conflict resolution and those types of things. And then we'll be networked with a mental health podcast. We know that mental health is so important in making sure that people have the foundation they need to be successful at work. And lastly, not lastly, but in addition, Crime Victims Center to deal with conflict resolution, how to be respectful at work, how to create respectful relationships with your peers and with your managers. And then this book is so wonderful. It was Giovanna really reached out to find this material on behavior therapy, which is a tool that each of the participants will be using just to kind of help them direct their path and provide additional support. And we'll be using it for homework as well. So the training, we have a series of trainings that we can offer after they graduate from this program. Additional training could include CDL, serve safe, HVAC, welding, and then our own internal trainings, forklift, CNA, TNA, which is a temporary nurse aid, digital literacy, which we're offering now, and flagger training. So we want people to be involved in this program. You'll see us and hopefully recognize us with our CCOIC swag on, shirts and vests and so on. If you have someone that might be interested in being a part of this program, they will be paid a stipend as they go through the program. So the stipend will be paid for the hours weekly that they work at $15 per hour. The number to call if they're interested is 484-378-9033, and they should text 19320. So thank you so much for allowing me this time to share this with you and to present this program that we are gearing up to be a success. And we're looking forward to getting started. So I can take questions if anyone has them. I guess I answered everything.
Yeah, we're going to hold all of the questions to the end. So if you don't mind staying on through the end of the program.
I certainly will.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And it was great. You know, I know that Urias and Amber had a blast working with you guys and trying, getting this off the ground. So we're excited to be a partner in it.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Thanks, Joyce. Next up, we have Chief Jack Lauford. Chief, you ready?
Thank you, Sonia, for the invitation and for the opportunity to speak tonight. It just so happened, those of you who may have seen the daily local news today, City of Coatesville police officers on the front page of the local news, talking about police communities of color improve ties. And the article is mainly focused on the district attorney's Deb Ryan's task force on race and justice, which we are a big part of here in the city. And a spinoff of that is the PACT 19320 group that we have had several meetings and Zoom meetings and looking at ways to improve, community relations between our residents here in the city and the city police department. And then also another article from 2 weeks ago was front page of the Daily Local, which was 3 of our officers in a picture. And we distributed hats and gloves, winter hats and gloves to the school students at the bus stops. Just another way for us to reach out and touch those members of our community in a different way than what, normally they would interact with police officers. But that's the good stuff that a chief of police loves to have in the newspaper. That's the type of coverage that, allows us to promote the idea that the city of Coatesville, has that relationship that's been established between the community and the department. Our officers work hard every day to try to push that narrative through their contacts and through their interactions with the community. We realize, obviously, the department realizes the importance role and the role that we play in revitalization here in the city. The idea that the perception of crime a lot of times is worse than the actual crime itself. So, we are cognizant of that and recognize the important role that, we share and play in moving the city forward with all the different projects and construction projects, train station, which we're going to hear about a little later on here tonight. But all those great things that are happening. Crosby Woods is going to speak about the flats development. So all those great things that are on the books and are starting to happen here in the city, we realize the important role that the police department plays in redevelopment. And that type of coverage on the front page, it's tough. It's tough to beat that when it comes to, trying to recognize the officers for what we try to do every day and accomplish here in the city. But then again, we also realized last week we had a shooting on North 8th Avenue, which picked up some considerable news play from the Philadelphia news media. I think because of trying to tie, gun violence into the greater and larger problem that exists in the city of Philadelphia. So, we did have a shooting last week in the middle of the week. It stemmed from a disturbance that started at the Coatesville market and then ended up in a shooting on North 8th. So certainly, we realize, there are still issues within the city that collectively we are all trying to deal with and trying to come up with solutions. That is the whole point of the PAC 19320. Trying to find a way for our youth, find different, avenues and outlets and opportunities for the youth in the city. So we recognize that we still have work to do here in Coatesville. We did have another shooting that occurred with no victims last night on North 2nd. So all the positive coverage that we might see, in the paper for some of the activities that we're involved in as a department, we still recognize that we do have crime issues here in the city that we attempt to address every day. But we can't do it alone. We like to say as a department that we don't police the community, we partner with the community, and we truly believe that. And there is still an opportunity for growth here in the city when it comes to crime, and we're certainly obviously looking for those opportunities to partner with the community and make a difference, which will in turn we think make a difference in the redevelopment opportunities here in the city. So we'll hold the questions till the end. Sonia?
Yes, if you don't mind, I'm gonna keep those to the end. And if anybody has any questions that, and they can type them in the chat, we can field them that way, or at the end of all of the presentations, you can sort of virtually raise your hand and we'll go from there. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Crosby, you are up next.
Sorry, hopefully, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Great. All right, thank you. Appreciate everybody's time this evening. I am going to share my screen. So again, my name is Crosby Wood. I've been investing and partnering in the city for 15 years in May. It's amazing. So happy to be speaking to everybody today, and appreciate there's so many partners and sponsors of progress in the city. So I am happy to play a cog in the wheel here. Tonight I'll be speaking specifically on some updates related to the National Sports and Event Center. I know that there's lots of excitement and energy related to this initiative. So I wanted to take a few minutes to kind of bring everybody up to speed. What you're looking at right now is the current floor plan of the National Sports and Event Center. Basically, you're looking at, again, the arena. It's a 200-meter velodrome with a 20,000 square foot fixed infield that offers a lot of opportunity for mixed use. I know I've spoken on this a lot in the past, so I won't kind of hem and haw about kind of all the different various uses, but again, we project retail along the south side, which is Lincoln Highway, down along the bottom. And then we also continue to project about a 35,000 square foot field house along the north side. More recently, we bumped out the footprint a bit more to include another 22,000 square feet of space. We put a fair amount of energy into one prospective partnership that didn't materialize more recently. And so we're in the process of pivoting and shifting towards a more collaborative use with our sports. We have a sports center that we're working to roll out this. So we'll have more to talk about there in the spring. But again, we are vetting out the adult fitness and wellness aspect on the first floor with additional space, e-gaming, emerging sports focus on the second floor. We also are looking to expand our FEC, which is a family event center, as you walk into the facility, both on the first and second floor. So a lot of moving parts here. Really today, just trying to kind of touch on a variety of different things that we've been doing. One other big initiative we've been focused on is the infrastructure, or basically the site improvements. This is something that I think in large part kind of gets overlooked when it comes to significant development. You're talking about, again, the flats, which overall is roughly 24 acres. The improved site is closer to 14 acres, of which requires a huge amount of investment just to make it stabilized or turnkey enough to develop the actual pad sites, which again, you're looking at the 3-acre pad site here, and then also a roughly 1-acre pad site to the right related to a hotel and conference center. So we've put a significant amount of energy, both in collaboration with the Redevelopment Authority, the Industrial Development Authority, and the Economic Development Authority when it comes to, Economic Development Council when it comes to sourcing financing to develop the site improvements. So again, site improvements, and I'll just touch on a few, or basically, curb cut, which would be the primary egress here to the site here. Existing access is down here, which will be improved. You're talking curbs, sidewalks, parking, lighting, landscaping, stormwater, you name it. A pretty significant investment, which we've calculated close to $14 million just to improve the site to the point where we can come out of the ground with the vertical construction. So that has been a big focus of ours, and we intend to have more positive feedback on that financing here in the spring as we pursue a federal grant to move that forward. In addition, a little bit of elevations here on the screen. So this gives you a little bit of an idea. Again, there's all kinds of design work that goes into not only conceptualizing, but again, developing this facility. So what you're looking at here is both the facility as you look at it from the east, and then the facility as you look at it from the west. And you're also seeing a kind of an insert here to the right, which I look forward to showing you in a different, let's unshare this one. I'll show you a rendering of, hopefully it's there. That one worked. Excuse me on that. So give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Any chance that any chance we can see that rendering or no?
Not the elevation I think you want. It's the same slide you had before.
Yeah. So that, of course, I get hung up on technical issue as well, because I do want to share this rendering. So I apologize for that.
That's all right. It's worth the wait. I can promise you.
So, but again, huge amount of effort in continuing to push this project along. Again, we conceptualized the National Sports and Event Center as a major attraction, major destination that will provide a lot of opportunity and positive economic impact for the future of the city. So again, we are remain very committed. I work again alongside with my guys at World Cycling Limited with the Sports Facility Advisory Group, who develop and conceptualize and develop and manage these types of facilities all over the country. So there's a lot of moving parts here and a lot of exciting things coming forward as we intend to push it forward. So again, I want to thank my development partners. I want to thank the RDA, Second Century, the city, the EDC, the IDA. I mean, every acronym that you can think of, and most everybody, a lot of people on this call actually are indirect supporters, and I just really appreciate all the effort and support that we get in trying to drive this forward. So my door is always open. I'm always, my office is right in the middle of town, 353 East Lincoln Highway. If ever anybody wants to talk about this, I'm always open book to kick around ideas. So thank you, appreciate the time.
Thanks, Crosby.
You're welcome.
Angela Watson with Penndot is going to give us an update on the train station. Angela?
Yes, hi. Yep.
Hi.
Thank you. So I do have a PowerPoint as well, and let me pull that up. But I'll start out by introducing myself. My name is Angela, and I am the director for the Bureau of Rail Freight, Ports and Waterways here at Penndot. Also on this call with me is Pat Gardner from Michael Baker, who is the construction management firm that is working on our behalf to oversee the Coatesville project. So when we do get into the Q&A session after this, he'll be available to help answer any questions that you might have. So let me go ahead and pull the PowerPoint up. And hopefully you can see the PowerPoint.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we are just starting construction. For those who are not aware, we've been working on this project for years with the city, the county, and others, working on some streetscape projects, as well as obviously the design for the station itself. And we finally bid out the work for the station, and within the last month, they've mobilized onto the site. We do have a GC general contractor on board, which is Wickersham, and they recently completed the Middletown train station. And on the electrical contract, we have Vitry, which is a local firm in the Coatesville area. And just to give you a sense of where we are today, some things that the contractor has initiated and is either ongoing or within the next few weeks over the next month we'll be completing is setting up the trailers on site. The erosion and sedimentary controls are being set up as well. They've been working and finalizing clearing and grubbing, cutting the trees and so forth in the project site. They've arranged to have the advanced notice signs printed for the closing of 4th Avenue Tunnel, which I'll talk to in a couple slides here. And site excavation and site soil management activities for the regulated material that'll stay on site has been initiated as well as part of the startup of the project. So over the next month to month and a half or so, they will be placing the traffic control signs to close the 4th Avenue Tunnel. They'll have advanced notification as well as during the closure itself. There'll be traffic control signs in place. And this will allow for the work to start on the 4th Avenue side, as well as the tunnel work, including installation of the shoring, sheet piles, and excavating for the caissons and foundations to support the tunnel or the bridge. And then just at a high level, to give you a sense of the magnitude of this project and the overall time frame that we're working with, is that if you kind of look at the project in these individual, I guess, segments, looking at the south side platforms being completed in the summer of 2023, that'll be the first, I would say, like complete portion of the project. And following that, in the following year would be the south side site work would be completed as well. And that'll include Fleetwood Street and the parking lot as part of that work. And then shortly after the completion of the south side work will be, the north side platforms will be completed. And then the related site work surrounding the platforms on the north side will be completed the following spring. And that'll include paving of Coates Street and sidewalk installation. So overall, we anticipate the project full completion in early to mid 2025. And my caveat with that is to always say, you know, this project, like all of our train station projects, we're working closely with Amtrak, coordinating with them for track work and for their support services, since we are dealing within their right of way and fouling track as part of the project, is that a lot of the schedule does depend on Amtrak as well. In addition to, you know, the contractor staying on their schedule, we do have to rely on Amtrak as well to complete the project on time. And then I did this final slide is just to give you a sense or to give you a location to visit to keep up to date on the project itself. Our plan, the Keystone website, we have our stations all along the Keystone corridor and the construction efforts that are associated with them. We keep them, this website, up to date with photographs and you know, updates on the construction itself to share with the public. So as we, you know, get into more of this project and move forward, we'll have some construction photos that we have a drone that we can get some overhead photos as well that we can place onto this website in order to give everybody an idea of where we stand with progress. So with that, mine was pretty short too, since we just started with the project, but I'll hand it back over to you, Sunny.
No, very, very exciting times. A lot of people have been waiting a long time for this. It's very exciting. So thank you, Angela. And I think what we'll do, if anybody has any questions for Angela or Pat or any of the other presenters, instead of raising your hand, because it's kind of hard for me to see all of you on the screen, just type your question in the chat and we'll field them at the end of the program. So with that, we're going to go back to Urias and Ajene and see if they can pull up that PowerPoint. Look at that. Okay, now we just need Ajene.
I'm here.
Okay. It's all you.
All right. So Urias, if you just, are you able to press play on that? Because it's actually, some of the slides are video.
Okay. Let's see. So I can just hit the slideshow and it should.
If not, that's okay as well. We'll just, I'll just talk us through it.
Okay. Okay, it's running.
Well, the video is not playing, so I'll just talk us through it. Let's just go to the next slide.
You should go finish your dinner and watch it.
I'm done, honey.
Oh, yeah, food left.
You can keep.
There's 4 pieces of lettuce.
I know. You're like a rabbit. Little white rabbit.
Yep, you can keep going. All those first 3 slides are videos. So just go to the 4th slide. All right. Okay, so now I can start talking here. All right, well, so for our Parks and Rec, fall of 2021, we opened back up. The world sort of opened back up and the parks opened back up as well. So for Parks and Recreation, we focused on 4 areas that we felt were good focus areas to best serve the community. And the first one of that is clean and safe public spaces. Next is horticulture and landscape. Third is equipment and facilities maintenance. And the last is programs. Next slide, please. With the clean and safe, we started up with the fall cleanup, which was a organized community volunteer cleanup where we had many members from the community, and we have tons of pictures that we'll probably upload on the website. Representative Williams was there and many, many others, Mr. Kyle Boyer and Pam, a lot of people. So what we plan on doing is having a schedule for the cleanups throughout the city so that people know when they can join and when the cleanup is happening, just because we'd like to be in sync with our public works and sort of have a systematic cleanup of the city. Keep going. In addition to the parks cleanup, we sort of, with these initiatives, we really see this as permeating throughout the city. The beginning focus, of course, is on the parks, but it's a citywide community effort. So we had volunteers from the United States Air Force come down and help us clean thoroughly that 3rd Avenue underpass from all of the, not only just the trash, but all of the rainwater and all of the damage that happened from the storms this summer. As you might not be able to see, but we had about 80 bags filled with debris from that cleanup. And that also happened this fall. Next slide, please. We just heard from Ms. Chester about the Work Enclave. We are also partnering with them and systematically keep our city clean. And that is sort of a pilot, not only for the Work Enclave, but also for how we can involve other community organizations, nonprofits and for-profits to help us to keep our city and our streets clean. Next slide, please. Okay, now on to horticulture and landscape. So we have some partners that are coming to help us to not only to identify the best trees, shrubbery, plants, flowers, and things to put into our parks and other public spaces. But also our first big initiative would be we're bringing a sensory garden to Palmer Park. As soon as construction finishes in Palmer Park, we'll add a sensory garden there. And we have many other projects in the works with our partners, Natural Lands, Mastershed Water, Gardeners, Mastershed Steward Program, and Master Gardeners of Pennsylvania. Next slide, please. All right, equipment and facilities. So, as I said, Palmer Park is still under construction. Of course, with the extreme weathers, the work is at a halt, but that will be done very soon. It's in its final stages. Of course, Chester Ash Memorial Park, we have all of the plans ready for that. So now comes the wonderful work of raising the money to do the work and for the actual construction. So we are definitely looking forward to that. In addition, Treadwell James Memorial Park would be our first park that we do the actual upkeep plan, which Urias has been working on this for, I would say, over a year, where we are organizing local community businesses to help us with mulching, with remulching, with painting, power washing, and things of that nature. Next slide, please. And my favorite part of it is the programs. What we started last fall was our Sundays in the Park, where we had a series of events free to the public, provided by our local organizations to have events and programs for the community in the parks. And it went over very well. And what we intend on doing coming this spring is to extend it to the spring and to sort of flesh it out a little bit more with more programs, more partnerships, and some more programs. So that is actually only about half of the PowerPoint, but we're going to stop there just in the interest of time, and also because I'm a little shooken up because things didn't quite work out. But we will upload this stuff on our websites, and I am definitely open to questions. We have tons of pictures and lots of information. The last thing that I'm going to say is that on February 12th, we have our annual Black History Month program. It'll be virtual. And so please join us for that. We'll send out the invite and the link. Thank you, Urias, and thank you, Sunny.
Thank you. Thanks for taking up the mantle of the Parks and Rec programming. It's a big deal in the city. So just, are there any other questions or any questions? I think there are a couple here in the chat. Give me a minute. So we're going to field this one to Angela and Pat. Is SEPTA service in Coatesville expected to start in the fall of 2024 once the platform is complete, or not until the full site completion in the spring of 2025?
I can go ahead and I'll take this one, Pat, and then you can always add to it. So yeah, we're coordinating with SEPTA. There has not been a determination yet if or when they'll be extending service. So stay tuned, but it is something that we're continuing to coordinate to see if that's a possibility.
Okay, don't know if Pat wants to.
Okay, and to elaborate on the timeframes, we're going to do the south platform first, and then we're going to move over and do the north platform. The station will not be open until both platforms are done. So it's just the progression of construction. And the reason is if you get on the one platform, you wouldn't, you couldn't get to the other side. So we're not going to open the facility halfway and still have the site under construction when people are trying to utilize it. So that whole area will be corned off, and when the total facility is done, then it'll be open for use.
That'll include for Amtrak as well, right? So
Before
once both
Amtrak,
platforms,
yeah.
Correct.
Yep. SEPTA is a different issue, Angela already discussed.
Yeah. And I think it's safe to say Angela's working hard because she's still in the office. We can see she's still in the office. So thanks for all you're doing.
Yeah, that's fine. They didn't turn the lights out on me, so we're all good.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
So before you all sign off, just a couple of announcements from our end. You might have seen some construction activity at the Courtyard Marriott, which is also exciting. Lots of exciting things going on. We actually met Rachel Cathell, the executive director of the chamber, and I met with the management team this morning of the hotel, and they're looking at an opening date of June 1st and possibly sooner than that. So they are actually looking to start hiring in the coming weeks. They're planning 2 hiring events, one in mid-February and then another one in March. But if you're interested or you know anybody who's interested in jobs at the hotel, you can go to waterfordhotelgroup.com. I put that in the chat. And there's a bar across the top. It's kind of hard to see, but a bar across the top of that website that has careers on it. You can click on that, find the hotel in Coatesville out of their portfolio and apply online. But they will be holding those 2 job fairs, one in February and one in March. So they're looking to hire right away. And then lastly, I would be remiss if I didn't invite you to check out our new website, Second Century Alliance, with the help of New Soma Communications. I think Ellen's on tonight. Thank you, Ellen, and Kristen and Jess and the whole team over there who helped put this website together, and the Chester County Planning Commission for developing the interactive map that lives on our website. Please take a minute to go and look at that, check it out. and let us know what you think. Also, you will notice on that website in the top right-hand corner is a donate button. As a reminder, we are a public-private partnership. We're supported through funding from the Chester County Commissioners and the private sector through foundation grants and private contributions. So if you have a mind to, please give some consideration to supporting our mission to drive economic development in the city of Coatesville that enables the whole community to thrive. So once again, thanks to all of our presenters, thanks to all of you.
Sonia, can I ask you a question before you go though?
Sure.
Okay. Thing about the hotel on 82. I would like to kind of like make an announcement on my program in regards to that and the fact that you are looking, so this is okay to put it on my show, am I correct?
Yes, you can, they get the word out. That was their message this morning. As much as we can possibly get the word out, they are ready to hire.
And the projected date of them opening is what?
June 1st, possibly sooner.
Okay, thank you.
But they've got to get, they're waiting for the construction timeline. And as they meet milestones on the construction timeline, they want to get people in place so that they're not caught short-handed when they do open.
All right, thank you.
So yeah, the website I posted, I put it in the chat, waterfordhotelgroup.com. Mr. Shell, do you have a question?
Yeah, real quick. I know it's 6:57. Thank you for your time. I just went and looked real quick. There's already 2 jobs posted out there for the Coatesville location on their website. So
were
they
there
are moving
2?
forward.
I saw
Yeah,
4.
there's 2.
Yeah. Okay, good. So there are.
I'm going to apply for one of them because, you know, they pay money.
No, you need to stay put. So thank you, everyone. I don't see any other questions. Once again, thank you so much for all of the presentations, and we apologize for the technical difficulties, but we thank you all for your attention and your interest. And we'll be back in a couple of months with the next one because there's a lot going on. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.